Well, good morning, everyone. There is absolutely no denying it, especially around the northern beaches. The rental market has gone absolutely bananas. It is madness out there. Stay tuned as Billy and I discuss what exactly is going on.
Are you going to grow?
Yeah, so I'm not really liking this height distance, so I just went and found a little stool.
ZANTHANY, wow.
I've grown a lot in this last minute. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, guys. We are discussing what's happening on the ground at the moment from personal experience.
From personal experience, yes. So as a lot of you out there know, I'm a renter. And I've actually been evicted from my rental property in Queenscliff. I know.
Yeah, so trying to find a new place.
So the reason being is my landlord is actually moving back to the northern beaches from Western Australia, meaning I, in the next 6 weeks, won't have anywhere to live.
We're going to find you somewhere.
So I've just started on the rental property hunt, and I started yesterday. And let me tell you, it is madness out there. One rental property I went to in Queenscliff, not with Novak, don't judge me, Billy. There were around 35 groups going through.
That's insane.
Crazy. So if that goes to show what's happening in the rental market, that's just one small segment of a very large pie.
Yeah.
It is absolutely going bananas. There are so many people looking to move, especially around this age or this season that we're in, right, Billy? It's summer.
Yeah.
People want to move closer to the beach. They're off work as well. The majority of people are on holidays. So what better time to go looking for a new rental property, start the new year in a new place than right now?
That's it. From our experience, and I was working in property management for about 12 months, there was, summer used to be the season where we generally saw the most activity between, in people moving in and outgoings. So I think you're absolutely right. There's a hype of activity out there at the moment. But the property, the way you saw 35 groups, tell me, when you were looking online, did this seem better than the rest or cheaper than the rest?
Ideally, it suited my budget. So it's within my budget. It's not an exuberant, astronomical budget.
It could be like...
Hi, Luke. Well, yeah, if anybody has a rental property, flog it my way. No, I'm just speaking from personal experience, and sometimes it's nice to hear what an agent's going through as well. So we are humans. I can empathize with people out there who are also going through something somewhat similar to myself, and the struggle is real. And yes, this property that I was looking at, it was cheaper in the Queenscliff area, 2-bedroom apartment, and like I said, it just went absolutely bananas.
Yeah. So this is, so you were saying now you've come away from that and you're almost adjusting your sort of search criteria a bit.
Absolutely. So stepping away from yesterday's experiences, not just with that one particular property, but with the bulk of other properties that I did go and inspect, I've really had to reassess my game plan. I am expanding my search horizons. So whereas before I was looking at a very tight, close-knit, small search area, now I'm expanding my suburbs and I'm looking at areas outside of the suburbs I was previously looking at. And I've also had to, believe it or not, increase my budget a little bit. So there will be some sacrifices on the horizon. I might not be able to party as much or go as wild as I used to so I can find a new rental place. But these are the things that I've personally had to do in order to get my foot in the door and find something to suit my budget, to suit my needs. And I really, Billy, I don't want to live outside of the northern beaches. I'm just going to put it out there. I've been born and raised in this area. I absolutely love living here. And I'm sure many other people out there are feeling the exact same clinch as I'm feeling as well.
Luke's saying don't expand, go harder, best friends with the agents. You're already a bubbly personality, so there's no reason for them not to love you. But yeah, absolutely. I think Luke said their location is key. Have you noticed since coming back into the market, because you've been in your place a little short
Yeah,
while?
I've been in my place for over 2 years now. So, time for a change anyway. Change is good.
Have you felt the market's been different this time around though, when you were looking 2 years ago?
Look, it's hard to recall from 2 years ago, but it absolutely was. It is a lot busier and places are much more expensive now compared to 2 years ago.
It's interesting. So obviously there's a lot of landlords out there as well that have, over the last 2 years, added a lot of extra cost to their, to their pockets, especially with the recent rate increases now.
Inflation increases to everything. So unfortunately, the tenants are going to feel that landlord pinch. When prices rise on mortgage, interests, inflation, landlords feel that and they need to get that money back from somewhere. And it is us tenants who unfortunately will have to pay a little bit more with our rent.
I think another interesting thing in the market at the moment, and there's, if we follow trend with America at the moment, there's a huge amount of short-term rentals coming into the market, so which is taking away some stock off your regular listings for rent.
Yeah, Billy and I were talking about this off air, and that's all to do with Airbnbs as well, right, Billy?
Yeah.
So what did we see?
I was reading there was about a 20% increase from this time last year on Airbnb for a number of listings in America for certain states, which is just crazy when you think about it. That's almost 20% of the long-term rental market that's either going to be taken away temporarily or more permanently.
And Billy has some really insightful information into the short-term rentals. I'm sure a lot of you know out there that Billy actually does have a property in the Airbnb world that he's renting out short-term from tenant to tenant.
Yeah, I think there's for landlords out there that they're trying to weigh up what their needs are. So if people that are based in Sydney semi-permanently, it's nice for them to have the option to come back. Rather than committing to maybe a 6-month lease or, where they're locked in. Or, it seems to be there's you work hard for your money, but you potentially get a little bit more as expected than your normal rental.
Yeah, and timing is everything as well. We are in the peak season of rentals. It's summer, we live in a coastal city, and the borders have opened up again. We haven't had traveling like this in a long time, and we are seeing a lot of people coming in and out of the beaches, either for a short-term stay or to move. It's a new year, moving closer to the beach for work, for family, or a culmination of other reasons.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on and a lot of reasons why the rental market is changing just so drastically. But is there hope in sight, you think, Billy?
I think you've always got to try and find the silver lining here. For people that are looking out in the marketplace for a rental, as Luke said, go harder, go faster. I think we're fortunate where we have got a bit of industry insight.
Yes.
But for the people that are, doing this maybe for the first time, where they're just moving out of home, or they're, doing it for like round 2 where you've only done it once before and it was a while ago, you definitely want to make sure you can act as fast as possible, when you get some good news.
Yes. Keep your eyes on realestate.com, set up your calendar, line up your days worth of inspections. And I would recommend doing it on a Wednesday over a Saturday. Typically Wednesdays, as Billy and I know, doing open homes every Wednesday and Saturday. Wednesdays are generally the quieter day.
That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
So you get a bit of time to talk to the agent.
Yep. Get some time, do your research as well, and figure out your maximum budget. Try and expand your search as well. See if there are any other suburbs just outside of where you were looking originally, to see if that will suit your needs as well. And yeah, as soon as a property comes on, jump on it, line it up, inspect it, and try and create that relationship with the property agent as well. Get as much information out of them. Ask the right questions. Bear in mind, no question is a wrong question, but establish that relationship and jump in while it's hot.
Is Are you finding there are some other agencies doing like off-market rentals, or?
No, I haven't actually, but that's a really good idea from Luke. Absolutely.
Maybe just even worth touching base with a few of the local agents.
Yeah, seeing if they've got anything coming on the market soon that's not yet listed live. Look, this is what I'm interested in. This is my budget. This is what I can go up to. Do you have anything coming on that's not yet listed live? You'd be a shoo-in.
Try and find someone relatable.
I might have to take on that advice, Luke. Awesome agents at Novak.
I really like that idea though, and I think if you can find someone like a leasing consultant who specializes in that, we have three or four wonderful leasing consultants here that specialize in looking after the new properties coming on, rather than going to someone like the senior property manager in any business where they've always got their hands full with lots of problems. Just try and work with one-on-one with someone there, and once that you sort of build that rapport, then they help look out for a property for you.
Yeah. Like we touched on before, it's about creating that relationship. And I think that is such a good bit of information and a good suggestion, Lou. Going off market, a lot of the agencies are currently sleeping at the moment.
Yeah.
They've got some forced time off, but here at Novak, we're here to assist you 24/7.
It's with ZANTHANY.
We've got a lot of rental properties that I'm sure would be off the market. So if anybody out there is in a similar situation to me, it's not all doom and gloom. I hope that I've been able to impart some words of wisdom and some advice to help you on your rental property journey, and sing out if you've got any other issues in the rental property market. I'm here with you. I'm walking this bridge with you.
Landlords, I think if you've got a property that's being underutilized, maybe it's a holiday home locally, or maybe it's a property that's like a duplex, the under part of a home that's not being used anymore. We've seen those converted into really good cash flow opportunities.
Yeah, if you've got something that's just sitting there dormant, put it on the market.
Get it on the market. It's a really good time. Seems to be there's a buzz of
hive of activity.
Yeah. And how long do you reckon you need to start looking in advance? Are you feeling pressured at all?
So my termination notice will come into effect towards the mid to end of February. So I'm in a really good situation where if I find something to move into, I can just kind of hand in my notice and just jump into it now.
Yeah.
But I am it's starting to worry me a little bit that February is literally around the corner and I've still got nowhere to live. So I'm just trying to get out there and jump into anything that I find at the moment.
Do you reckon 4 to 6 weeks?
4 to 6 weeks. Give yourself 4 weeks.
And then,
just to give the notice to whatever agency, and then another 2 weeks on top of that to do your research and start looking at all of these other rental properties too.
Okay. It's good advice from someone on the ground at the moment looking at rentals.
This is me on the ground. This is tall ZANTHANY.
Anything else to add?
I don't think so. I think that's a wrap.
See you later.
Bye, guys.